down in Old Town, San Diego. There is a two-story brick mansion that Life magazine once called the most haunted house in America. But the horror didn't start with the house. It started with the ground it was built on, the giant's footsteps. In 1852, a thief named Yankee Jim Robinson was sentenced to death for stealing a boat. They didn't have a proper gallows back then, so they used a makeshift one on a vacant lot. Jim was a tall man, 6'4", and when they pulled the wagon out from under him, his feet didn't hang clear. For nearly an hour, his boots scraped the dirt as he slowly strangled to death. A few years later, a businessman named Thomas Whaley bought that exact lot. Despite being warned, he built his family's dream home right over the execution site. The Whaleys hadn't even finished unpacking when they heard it. Heavy, thumping footsteps on the second floor. It sounded like a giant man in heavy boots pacing back and forth. Thomas tried to convince his wife, Anna, it was just the house settling. But deep down he knew. He had been in the crowd the day Yankee Jim died. He knew the sound of those boots, the tragedies within. The house wasn't just a home. It was a courthouse, a general store, and even a theater. But as the building grew in status, the family shrank in spirit. Baby Thomas. Their 18-month-old son died of scarlet fever in the house. To this day, visitors hear the faint sound of a child giggling or crying in the nursery. Violet Whaley. In 1885, after a crushing heartbreak and public scandal, the Whaley's daughter, Violet, took a .32 caliber pistol into the backyard and shot herself. The grief never truly left the walls. The residents who never left. If you walk through the Whaley house today, you aren't just looking at history, you are being watched by it. Documented sightings have become so common, they are almost part of the museum's inventory. Thomas Whaley, a man in a frock coat and top hat standing at the top of the stairs, watching visitors. Anna Whaley, the sudden, overwhelming scent of French lavender perfume in the parlor. Violet Whaley, a melancholy soul seen drifting through the second-floor rooms, still looking for peace. Yankee Jim, a crushing sense of dread or suffocating pressure in the old courtroom area. Even famous skeptics haven't been immune. In 1964, the legendary Regis Philbin stayed the night. He saw a filmy white shape near the portrait of Anna Whaley and was so shaken he didn't like to speak of it for years. The Whaleys lived, worked, and died in that house. And according to the hundreds of people who have felt a cold hand on their shoulder or seen the curtains move in a sealed room, they are still there, hosting a party that never ends.